in the Judean desert with our good friend Aaron Lipkin, the CEO of Lipkin Tours. And as you can see, like many Israelis, he's been called up into the IDF reserves. How many days have you been serving?
Almost 200 days.
200 days?
Yeah. And I'm 49. I mean, who would think that I would do reserves again and for such a long period? But it is what it is.
This is the reality in Israel right now. So you're taking us to this mountain overlooking the Dead Sea behind us. Jericho is off in the distance to my right here. What is this place and why are we here?
Okay, so we are in the Judean desert, and we are exactly on the part where the elevation starts to go down rapidly all the way down to the Dead Sea, which is right behind us, which is the lowest place on earth. And just in front of us, west of us, is the city of Jerusalem. And we can see the Mount of Olives, the ridge of the Mount of Olives. And just behind the Mount of Olives is Temple Mount, and where the first and second temples stood. And so many Bible scholars believe that during Atonement Day, when the ceremony of the scapegoat was held, the scapegoat was actually taken to where we are here, right here where we are, because this is exactly east of Jerusalem, and it's the only place where it's cliffy enough to send away, or according to the Jewish tradition, to throw the scapegoat down from the cliff to its terrible death. And so this is believed to be that place. And I believe that there are also references to this mountain or the evil deity of the desert, Azazel, which appear in the book of Enoch in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
First Enoch, right? There's a reference. We were just looking it up on the way up here. First Enoch chapter 10, which describes his punishment of being buried in darkness in the wilderness, which is at Dudael, and then laid sharp rocks under him and darkness over him until the final judgment. A lot of sharp rocks around you. You can see how that fits the description of where we are. What is the name of this mountain?
So in Arabic, it's called Jabal Munttar, which apparently comes from the word in Arabic, which means the guardian, or to guard. And in the past, like 1,000 years ago, there was actually a Mamluk fort on this hilltop, and we can see the cistern of that fort. And so the name just basically stayed from that point on. But as I said, it's believed to be Mount Azazel, and that's the popular name today. That's how people call it. What's interesting also is to think that before Jerusalem, you actually had another holy site, which was Shiloh. And so when Atonement Day was celebrated in Shiloh for about 400 years, they didn't bring the scapegoat here, because this is the eastern side of Jerusalem. So there is another site which is east of Shiloh, which is believed to be the place where the scapegoat at that time was thrown into the desert. And today there's actually an Arab village there called Duma, which actually means in Hebrew the underworld. And so it's interesting to maybe connect that village and that site to the scapegoat site of Shiloh.
This is just amazing. There is nothing like being in the Holy Land and actually seeing these sites and connecting them to the biblical text. Again, Jerusalem before us, Jericho behind us, the Dead Sea back here, the site of Tal El Hammam, ancient Sodom, barely visible through the haze off to the northeast. It is just an amazing thing to be here, and we are just blessed to be here with Lipkin Tours.
Thank you.
And thank you for your team making this possible. Come to Israel. We've had a wonderful time this week. It's been very powerful, very emotional. If you've been watching any of the previous videos we've released over the past week, you know what we've seen. We have not taken the typical tour. This is definitely not on a tour. There's no way a bus gets up here. But having seen it, we want to show it to you, and look forward to seeing you someday in the Holy Land.